public hearing. Now is the time and place for a public hearing. Would the clerk please read the short title?
Yes, Madam President. This is an application to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for the 2021-2022 Year 47 Consolidated Action Plan Community Development Block Grant of $5,083,142. Home Investment Partnership Grant, $1,416,256. Emergency Solutions Grant of $431,664, and Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS for $389,331. Public hearing being held today on Thursday, April 8th at 5:30 p.m. via WebEx.
Thank you. And before we start, we're going to have some housekeeping. If you would like to speak, please go into the chat and directly to James Conroy and give him your name. And when you come to speak, we're going to need your name, address, or some organization. Gonna have to do things a little bit differently. You'll get 3 minutes. And if you go over that time and being fair to other folks on the line, your call will be muted. So I'm just asking everybody to stick to the 3 minutes. And if we have time, we'll come back and we'll let you continue on. So I need my first name.
Jim, are you going to give President Hudson the first name?
Yep, I'm sorry, I couldn't make out what was said there. We have 3 speakers so far. The first to speak will be Bill DeMarley from Empire Housing. Go ahead, Bill. Thanks.
Mr. DeMarley? Is he there, James?
He is. I unmuted him. He's unmuted now. So, Bill, if you can hear us, you're up.
Okay, there must be some technical difficulties. So Mr. DeMarley will come back to you. And James, could you call the next name, please?
The next speaker is Carrie Quaglia from Home Headquarters. Go ahead, Carrie.
Hello, counselors. Can you hear me okay? Fantastic. Just wanted to extend our appreciation for being in the proposed plan for home improvement assistance, SHARP, which takes care of small home repairs, down payment and closing cost assistance, and also the counseling efforts, which as the moratoriums on evictions and foreclosures end is going to become particularly more important. In spite of the fact that we had COVID last year, we spent all of our home improvement money, all of the programs that we were funded for. We managed to get the dollars out the door in sort of record time. And as much as we appreciate being in the proposed plan, I know the council is going to be deliberating over the next couple of months about stimulus money. And I can't emphasize enough the need for owner-occupied home improvement dollars. Those dollars just fly off the shelf. So I would just certainly urge you to consider that going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. James, next.
The next speaker is Andrea Wandersi. Go ahead, Andrea.
Thank you so much. Good evening, counselors. I appreciate your time tonight. My name is Andrea Wandersi. I'm the Executive Director of NEDA, the Northeast Holly Development Association. We're located on Gertrude Street in the Holly Green neighborhood, but I'm also a resident of Eastwood. I wanted to thank you all for your continued support of NEDA's work on the North Side. NEDA is dedicated to improving the quality of life for its residents through housing, economic, and community development programs. Obviously, COVID has impacted people we serve, how we serve them, and over the past year, we've adapted to the new reality and worked to support our neighbors and our small business owners. Housing stability is NEDA's top priority. Through housing counseling for tenants and landlord education, we ensure that families can find and maintain quality, affordable housing. During the COVID-19 crisis, we're facing an unprecedented housing disaster, and tenant and landlord services are more important than ever. NEDA continues to respond to each family with care and respect as we work with them to find solutions to their housing issues and refer them to partners in legal services, the city, and other human service agencies as needed. We've recently established the Northside Housing Task Force, a partnership between the school district, other service providers in the city to promote collaboration and provide more effective services. How am I doing on time, Helen? I got a minute? We're also focused on business, promoting economic development, and we know COVID's placed our small businesses in a very precarious position. We've added a small business facilitator to our staff to expand our services to small businesses. We've been focusing on increasing family wealth, including collaborating with the Cash Coalition, the Financial Empowerment Centers, and the VITA Tax Program. We value all our partnerships, especially with Northside Up, the Syracuse Northeast Community Center, Home Headquarters, Housing Visions, the Land Bank, and of course the Financial Empowerment Centers. I won't take any more time, but your funding is essential to our work, and we are so grateful for all your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Let's go back to Mr. DeMarley. Are you on? Okay, who's next, James?
That is all we have, waiting for Bill. It looks like he's on here twice. So I was hoping that maybe he had that fixed. He was the first one to sign up. Did someone else just raise their hand?
Yes, I thought I had sent a note. I might have sent it to the wrong location, James.
Can I just add, I'm sorry, the link I had was bad, and Winona sent me a fresh one, and I went to the website, but we may have some leaders who haven't been able to sign on.
And if that's the case, I see new people popping on. So I'm going to say again, please contact James Conroy in the chat and let him know that you would like to speak. Thank you.
Can you please ask Carrie to spell his last name for the reporter?
Certainly, Quaglia, Quaglia.
Okay.
Dixie, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President James. First, I'd like to thank the city of Syracuse. I want to, make sure we shout out to Commissioner Collins and his amazing staff for the work you do. Sometimes it's folks take it for granted, but we do recognize it. But the collaboration I heard already today is an important word for us, because without the city funds, the AEI money, and some other resources that we get from foundations, we're able to do these unique partnerships. That'll be with Home Headquarters for us to build up to 4 affordable houses this year, and Housing Vision, our collaboration partner project we'll be announcing that will have us have a training center, 10 single apartments, as well as a major tenant will move into our facility. And lastly, the work that we've done with Carrie Quietly for the OB&B to convert into a fish restaurant, as he tells me, seafood restaurant, and we have a tenant, and Carrie's leadership with that, and our advocate to have the kind of partnerships we have across the board with these other groups. And lastly, it's been a long time, and Commissioner Collins, and I should say the Mayor, Commissioner Collins, for really we getting to have a step of old meeting, as Carrie knows, the old days of the housing organizations coming together, so we have an ambitious strategic strategy on us working together, but also leveraging even more dollars from the federal and state so we can do even more amazing work. So I look forward to continued dialogue as I be an advocate, and also working with the city as it does this major demolition work that needed in this community, but being strategic about it so that we can continue to build back our community. So thank you to all of my partners that we have And more important, without the city's funding, the CBG funding, as a collaboration that helps us link all these relationships, we wouldn't be here today. So thank you for considering us for the funding in another year. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Who's up, James?
Sally Curran?
All right, it's always the process of unmuting. Hi, thank you so much for recognizing me to speak. My name is Sally Curran. I'm the Executive Director of the Volunteer Lawyers Project of Onondaga County. Our mission is to provide access to justice through engaging the legal community and volunteer service to those in need. And I'm here tonight to thank the council for our allocation in this coming year. And I just want to acknowledge and thank the whole neighborhood and business development team for the incredible support that they provide to us in doing our homelessness prevention work. Our funding through ESG is used to support our eviction prevention work. We prevent eviction every day in our community by providing attorneys to represent tenants in Syracuse Landlord-Tenant Court every day that it's open. And also, with 2020 being such an incredibly challenging year, and with courts being open, then closed, and then open, and then closed, we created a new program where every single day we're providing free landlord-tenant counseling to low-income tenants to help them understand their rights, whether it's regarding their housing quality issues, threats from landlords, and even their rights and responsibilities with regards to eviction moratoriums. We also have provided education regarding tenants' rights to literally thousands of community members in the past year, because with the law changing and the rules changing literally from one week to the next, we've tried to stay out ahead and make sure the community knows what their rights are and also what their responsibilities are. With the support of this ESG funding, we'll continue to ensure that tenants have access to an attorney every single day that court is hearing cases, whether it's virtual or it's in person. And I also just want to recognize that there was an increase in allocation to Hiscox Legal Aid Society as well, which we strongly support. They're a key partner in working to ensure that all tenants have an access to an attorney. And really, it's so critical that tenants' rights are respected and that they do have that access to an attorney, because without legal representation, tenants' rights so often are just pushed to the side. Safe and affordable housing should be a fundamental right, and our attorneys ensure that tenants have the full protection of the law when it comes to their housing. As you know, our services don't end at eviction defense. We help families with custody petitions and child support petitions. We fight discrimination in employment, and we support economic opportunity that's truly equitable, especially by supporting job seekers overcome barriers to criminal history or interactions with the criminal justice system, and also really assisting small businesses, the moms and pop businesses here in Syracuse with formation and other issues that come up. We truly believe that together we can work to help lift our community out of poverty and into prosperity. So thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to continuing to work with all of the city of Syracuse and all of these partners on this call and all the recipients of ESG and CDBG to end homelessness in Syracuse.
Thank you, Sally. And before we go any further, I know Sally, and I think that I saw Andrea had written statements. Please forward those on to the city clerk. That would be much appreciated. Who's next, James?
Right now, that is it. Bill DeMarley, if you're able to unmute yourself, I was told by Jen Tiff that if you use *6, that might help unmute yourself. I'm not sure how that works though, so you can give it a try. And if you can unmute yourself, you can submit written comments to the city clerk as well.
I believe he might have left the meeting.
I believe he did leave.
So that's all of our speakers.
It looks like it, yes.
Righty. So Sally, Andrea, anything else, Walt, that you want to add? Get another extra minutes. If not, I'm going to close the meeting.
I suspect that there's many more community members that would like to contribute. And so I imagine that they'll be sending along written comments.
Yes, I see some more folks did jump on. Is there anyone on the line that would like to speak? If you are, please send your comment to James Conroy through the chat.
Since it's a short meeting, I will jump on one more minute because I didn't take the chance to thank Winona and Michael Collins, the team at the city, but especially people like Patty Lynch and Jessica Vinciguerra make our work so much easier. They're terrific advocates for our community, and we couldn't do our work without them. And I'd also like to echo Sally. We know there's a lot more nonprofit leaders who had planned to be here. I suspect they're having technical difficulties.
Well, Andrea and Sally, if you would please pass it on that they could submit their written comments to the city clerk, and we will take it all into consideration. So with that, we're going to move this to our regular agenda, but I'm going to actually call this public hearing over. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for the work you do for the city of Syracuse. We're so grateful.
Thank you, Sally.
To all of you as well. Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you all. Much appreciated.